right, Jake Roos, UGASports.com here with you. Rivals Camp Miami underway, and talking to a guy who just dropped the top 10 list not too long ago. Kamren Kinchens, getting things narrowed down a little bit. I guess it's time when you got all the offers. You got to start narrowing it down at some point. How did you land on these 10?
Just who I have interest in, and basically who show more interest than I have in them. And from the schools that wasn't talking to me at all, as far as like they'll talk to me like every once in a while, I had to start showing it down just so it can make it easy on me.
Sure. Well, I covered Georgia specifically, and I saw the Bulldogs were on the list. Talk to me about that relationship and how you've seen it grow.
As far as right now, it's like not as much. It was like enough to get in the top 10, but as far as like when they were talking to me, they was like they're trying to finish out their recruiting class so they could start working heavily on me. So it was like more of a like, I won't say a promise, but like it was like a trusting issue. Like they're going to be beginning to start talking to me. Okay, all right. So looking for things to start picking up here soon.
Now, prior to I guess that, have you had a chance to visit Athens?
That's what I want to get close to doing.
Okay, all right.
So I should be getting up there soon.
Okay, all right.
It's possibly a spring game.
Okay, possibly for the spring game. And who have you been communicating with on that staff? Is it mostly Coach Warren?
Yeah, Coach Warren and Coach Coley.
Okay, all right. Well, Coach Coley now at Texas A&M.
Yeah, of course.
And as he moved on, but did you now? I'm curious. Were you and Warren familiar when he was at Florida before?
No, we weren't.
Okay, all right. So you just gotten to kind of get to know him up there. Yeah. What have you kind of gotten to know about him? What have you learned about him?
Not too much, because as far as like I said, like we don't talk as much, but it's not too much to say.
Okay. Now you mentioned though that Georgia told you they wanted to pick things back up. If they were to really, get back in this thing and really turn up the heat, how do you feel about the possibility of where they stand with you?
A high chance. Like, Georgia's a great school. It's something I could go and want to be. And as far as like from my former teammate, DeVod Wilson from my Northwestern, yeah, he says it's good up there. So if he's saying it's good, then should be great.
Yeah, Newt, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about DeVod. The conversations you guys have had. I guess not only about Georgia, but just kind of acclimating to college football.
He's saying it's not hard, but it's as far as like the physical standpoint, and he said most of the time it's mental. As far as like, I got to get up and do this. Like you got to be willing to do it to succeed.
Now, obviously, has he been in your ear at all about Georgia?
Not as much. Like we don't as far as like talking about recruiting, but sometimes he'll throw little things in there.
Okay, all right. And a lot of Miami guys have ended up there in the last few classes. Tyreek Stevenson and James Cook, DeVod, as you mentioned. So, it seems like that's a growing thing down here.
Yeah, and I see that they get on the field very early, so that'd be like something I would like to see.
Okay, all right. And now, when you're talking to them in the past, what are they seeing you as? Safety?
Yes, a safety. Of course.
All right. And last thing for you, Kamren. Any schools that are really kind of already setting themselves apart out of that top 10?
I could say probably Florida and LSU.
Okay.
And then Miami.
All right. Kamren Kinchens, we'll be looking forward to seeing if he makes that spring game. I know Georgia coaches will be watching. Thanks, Kamren.
Thank you.